Wow, that's loud. Hi, everyone. Hi, are we all having a good time? That's what I like to hear. Well, great. I'm giving the first toast of the evening. My toast is over here. I didn't write anything because improv, but could I get like a suggestion of something that you just Marriage? Okay, great. Maybe something about Justin, Jeanette you love? Anything? What? His head shape. His fried. I heard fried eggs. That's a great one. That'll help me. Okay. Fantastic. Okay. But seriously, I love these two people more than anything in the world. They are my best friends, and the fact that they're together forever is kind of amazing. They do like to put fried eggs on things, so that's fun. When I look at you two, I feel like this is the perfect like yin and yang of two people. You both complement each other so beautifully, and every single person, as you know, has strengths and they have weaknesses, and you two kind of fill in the gaps of each other's strengths and weaknesses and make each other whole. And that's something that I really love about you guys. It's something that I admire about the two of you. I admire your honesty, your bravery. I love that everybody here loves you guys because you make everybody feel like they're a part of whatever's going on here, basically. I mean, right? Like yes, I mean, like seriously, like I am their third wheel. But seriously though, it's true. I'm single. That really wasn't the point. But the point is that the two of you make everybody that's hanging out with you feel like they're in on the joke, that they're in on your love, that they're in on what makes you two unique. And I can speak for probably most people, at least on this side of the room, all the people I know from Austin, that one of my favorite places in the world is in your living room. It is truly like I feel more at home on y'all's couch on game night than I do sometimes in my own home. It's true. Game nights at their place is the best. So I just want to say I love you guys. I thank you so much for letting me be a part of this evening. I have no doubt ever that you two will take care of each other through everything. I can't wait to hold your squishy babies. It's going to be so great. I just really wanted to end it on that note. Ladies and gentlemen, to Justin and Jeanette.
Thank you.
Hi, everyone. For those who don't know me, my name is Asaf. Okay. Yes, you know me. Justin and Jeanette are two of my closest friends, and I find I'm the third wheel in their relationship. Because my girlfriend is very busy with a lot of projects, and I've had a lot of downtime, and they are very generous people. So I've been front row to a lot of beautiful moments. I've been backseated in their car during a lot of weird arguments. Like George Burns, Gracie Allen type of arguments. Wonderful stuff. I don't want to focus on that. I want to use my toast to dedicate to all the firsts that led up to this moment. Yeah. The first date and all the nervousness around that. The first touch and all the awkwardness around that. The first kiss. The first I love you. The first time that Justin felt comfortable bringing up comic books casually in conversation. Yeah. The first time Jeanette realized he's really into comic books and chose to be okay with that. The first time they both got excited about the new Marvel movie coming out together. The first time Justin cooked dinner for Jeanette. The first time Jeanette realized, boy, when he cooks, it takes a long time. But it's worth it. Like his proposal. But it's worth it. The first private thought that this person might be the one that soon became the first shared discussion of a future together. That became the first decision made about this wedding, right? And I also want to look to all the first yet to come. The first time you casually refer to each other as my husband, my wife. Yes, which will probably be in a service call to the cable company or something like that. The first step into a new home, the first box unpacked, the first piece of artwork hung, the first kick of the first baby, the first kick of the first second baby, the first time you get to introduce your kid to the Flash and Wonder Woman and Spider-Man. The first time your kid realizes, boy, mom and dad are really into comic books. Here's to all the firsts that brought us here, all the firsts that are yet to come. I hope I get to be the third wheel on many of them, because I love you both dearly.
Hi, guys. So I am Jamie. I am not an improv actor. And because I'm not an improv actor, I'm real nervous. Just watch my fingers. They're shaking quite a bit. And I wrote it on my phone. Sorry. So for those of you that don't know me, I grew up with Jeanette. Like, we met probably like third or fourth grade, sharing couches at Girl Scout sleepovers. So it's safe to say I've known you for a very long time. Like, a really long time. And because, you know, life and, like, we knew each other from that age, I've known all the crushes and the boyfriends through all the years. And I've been able to be right by your side as you navigated awkward middle school relationships. Will you sit next to me at lunch? Will I sit next to you? High school, first kisses, dances, and breakups. And so to repeat something I think that Genevieve said earlier in the ceremony, you both are givers. I just know Jeanette. I've known Jeanette for a long time. And as we all know, she's one of the most kind and gentlest souls that we will ever be graced to meet in our life. But very much you are a giver. Then the thing about givers, though, is that sometimes in their efforts to lift the people around them in their life up, they can sometimes lose a little bit of themselves along the way. And so, again, back to middle school and high school and college boyfriends, sometimes, you know, like, I'm a mama bear. So when Jeanette first moves to Austin and tells me about this man she met, well, I was a little bit skeptical, sorry. I was like, all right, we'll see where this is going. Like, but then I had the opportunity to come down here and meet, well, I came for Jeanette, but got to meet you. And it was really beautiful because in those first couple moments, from those early moments, what I saw was this different energy, this different zeal, and I realized that you know, there are a lot of things that make you a wonderful match in life, but one of the things that I think is most important, I got to read this, is that you've really helped each other grow into the person you were going to become. So really, here's to many, many more years of you lifting each other up to be the wonderful people that you are and can continue to be. I'm so shaky.
Thank you.
Oh, I hand this off to Danny. Sorry.
Absolutely.
Not good instructions.
That's your
before
champagne.
the candle kicker.
Indeed. So today is very much all about Justin and Jeanette, and we'll get back to them in a second, though, real quick. I do want to give a quick shout of appreciation. I'll get there, too. We're going to start over again. So today is really about Justin and Jeanette, but we're going to get back to them in a second. I did want to give a quick shout out to everyone in your amazing Groom's Tribe and Bride's Tribe, because you have pulled together a fantastic group of friends who would do anything for you. And as an absentee best man, I live in Chicago, they've carried so very much weight. I don't even want to talk about it. So I'm going to circle back around now. I am the best man, and I have known Justin Bozade for... It took a second because I know the way to pronounce it, but that is the first time I've said it out loud before, and go for it. I was very paranoid that I was going to screw that up. I figured that it would be a real hard start in the best man speech if I got the groom's name wrong right at the top. At the very least, you want to save that kind of button for the end or something. So we're past that. That's good. Justin, most of you know him, and that means you know that he has a very big heart. It also means you know that he has a very big personality, and he can be a lot to take sometimes. So I think everyone was amazed when he found someone that was so effortlessly charming, so clever, so very lovely, with surprisingly good bowling skills, that agreed to sign on with him for the long haul. And yet here I am. But then he did it a second time. He found Jeanette, and she is all these things and more, which is amazing. The first time that he introduced Jeanette to us, it was obvious that they had something incredibly special going on between the two of them. And a more cynical person might say to Justin today, it took you long enough. However, I'm not going to be that guy because A, it's been covered well. And B, as my own beautiful, brilliant, and very patient wife will tell you, I do not have a leg to stand on in that argument. So, yeah, absolutely. So that is actually something that Justin and I do have in common. I think that we both kind of take a long time to get around to important things sometimes. It's something that I have thought a lot about while coming up with this speech in the past few minutes. Months. I meant months. Justin is technically my oldest friend, and I say technically because it was a technicality that allowed us to first meet, actually. His last name was Davis, mine is Dauphin, and so in 8th grade we were alphabetically seated next to each other in homeroom. And that was more touching than I imagined. People have a lot of fond homeroom memories. Well, that's the funny thing, is that happened year after year, but Justin and I, we were friendly, but we were never really friends at that point in time. It wasn't actually until after high school that a mutual friend reintroduced us essentially, and she's here tonight. Hello, Liz. Lovely to see you. That's Liz. She's great. And it was then that things finally fell into place and things finally clicked, and I think we really could count each other as very close friends at that point. Since then, we'd had tons of adventures and misadventures, which I'm not going to recount here because Justin does improv, and there's nothing I could do in front of a large crowd to embarrass him that he hasn't already done himself. So, where was I going after that? Oh, yeah, the fact that there are times that I think back to high school, and I think about, I kick myself. I'm like, why didn't we become good friends sooner? I think about, the missed opportunities that we had over those years sometimes. But then I think about the people that I did spend the most time with in high school, and I don't speak to any of them today. So, to that point, I feel good because I feel like we became friends at a time that we had become people that could maintain that kind of friendship over the decades. So that's, if we were friends in high school, I don't know who'd be giving this speech right now. I don't know who would have given the speech at my wedding. So I think we hit at the perfect time. So to that, here is to perfect timing and the perfect times that follow. We all love you and wish you nothing but happiness. Justin and Jeanette, it is Bozade, yes. Not Bozide. I nailed it. It's good. All right.
So, I am an improv actress, but I decided not to just wing it because I'm not as good of an improviser as Heidi. So, but I did think about improvising, and so I made a few notes that I kept in the same note app as my thing. I just thought you'd enjoy these. There's just a couple of these. So there's like, everyone tells Justin how lucky he is to have Jeanette, but they're lucky to have each other, which is so corny. Then I also had their weird nonverbal communication. Like when you're sitting in the back seat, as I often do, the way Asaf and Heidi and a lot of us often sit in the back seat while Justin is driving us around. And Justin says, and Jeanette goes, yeah, I think we should do it on Thursday, though. And he goes, yeah, you're right. And That's 7 years together, I guess. Oh, I also said, this is the only day I won't say, ugh, gross, when you say how much you love each other. And then the only other note I had is so creepy and weird, and that was about Jeanette. All right, but now I'm going to read the actual toast that I wrote. Okay. Thank you. Okay, in that case. No, don't undo typing. All right. So because of where I was standing, holding Jeanette's bouquet, and because I'm standing here right now, most of you guys all know me as Jeanette's maid of honor, one of her two maids of honor. And you may think of me as one of Jeanette's best friends, which is true, but what you don't know is that I am also the little sister that Justin never asked for. To be fair, he's also the big brother I never asked for. Did we or did we not literally have an argument about using the remote this week?
Yes, we did.
Yes, we did.
And eventually you figured it out. The argument continues.
We'll talk about this later. So the only thing I can think of that is more of a brotherly move than having a fight about the remote control is how Justin tricked me and Jeanette into becoming friends. So I knew Justin before I knew Jeanette, and we were buddies. And he said to me one day, I had met Jeanette, and I had thought, God, she is so nice, and those are really cute boots. Which are both thoughts that I have on a regular basis still. She has a lot of really cute boots, y'all. But that's all I knew about Jeanette. I had met her briefly. I knew Justin better. And then Justin texts me and says, do you want to get brunch with me and Jeanette tomorrow at this coffee shop that's within walking distance of your house? And I said, oh yeah, that'll be great. I can stumble out of bed. I was 23, so I was still stumbling out of bed and getting to stuff late. And so I stumbled out of bed. I walked in. I see Jeanette there. No Justin. He had set a trap. A trap of friendship. And it worked, and Jeanette and I have become the closest friends, and she is one of my favorite people on the planet. Yeah, I'm getting a lot of woos from the familial side. And obviously I love Justin as well, and we have all become really good friends. When I was writing this toast, I made a lot of notes as I read. I kept trying to pluck stories from our memory, my memories of our friendship. And while there are some notable exceptions, most of them center on your apartment on 1006 Bannister Lane, apartment 1410. I don't think it's weird to say that because none of you are going to stalk them. Also, you also got, except maybe Andreas, who I guess that information has been withheld from him on purpose. Not surprising.
I like where this toast is going.
So 1006 Bannister Lane, or as I often refer to it as a shorthand, Chez Jeju. So I know a lot of this side of the room and a few people on this side of the room have been to their apartment. But I want to tell you a little bit about it. When you first walk in, as Heidi mentioned, they have the best couch. It is so squishy and soft, and it's really deep, and it's maybe a little too big for their apartment, but who cares because it is so comfortable. It's always covered in really pretty, colorful throw pillows, and often 3 or 4 big throw blankets. It just makes it the coziest, most wonderful place to be. It's also really dangerous if you go over there and you weren't intending to take a nap. And then Jeanette starts making you a cup of tea and you just go, many accidental naps on that couch. And then where there should be a dining room in their house, they actually have extended their apartment-sized kitchen, and they have a kitchen island with all their pots and pans above it. And that's where Justin and Jeanette often, but Justin, I think, most of the time, makes his very creative, interesting, and sometimes confusing dishes. And then I think probably one of the biggest features in their house is the gigantic gallery wall that they have covering the wall of their house with tons of photos of them on their adventures, their friends, and their family members, both those who are here with us today and those who are not. And me cry, yeah. Over the last 7 years, I've spent so many hours in that apartment, and it feels like an old friend, and I can't help but look at it as a metaphor for you two in your relationship. That amazing sectional is just as squishy and comforting as one of Justin's famous hugs, though it is less likely to crack your back. Jeanette herself is like a human cozy throw blanket. She is soft and warming and welcoming. The kitchen is front and center, the place where Justin is creative and giving at the same time, and where they work together to make wonderful meals that they serve to us so often. The guest room down the hall is a testament to their enthusiasm for visitors, whether they're staying for a night or a month during a life transition. The wall of photos, though, is a real kicker for how hard they work on their own relationship, for how dedicated they are to one another. They are both so full of love and friendship that they proudly display all of their external heartstrings on the wall for everyone to see. Justin, I know you will always protect Jeanette, not from muggers or catcallers, but from how hard she can be on herself. Jeanette, I know you will always see the best that Justin has to offer and always show him that he is loved. I know both of you will continue to support and love each other as you build the next version of your family. So, here's to a couple that brought us all together. Here's to my model of what a great relationship can look like. Here's to Justin and Jeanette. And if you have any Mad Libs, there's a fishbowl up front. Please hand them in so they can read them later.
All right, you go first.
Whew. Okay.
All right.
Okay. This is the last toast.
It's like two.
Last two toasts. Justin and I are going to each give one. My heart is so full, y'all. From my toes, I'm just so happy.
I can't feel my toes.
This is the best day of my life, and I couldn't do it without the 100 people that are surrounding us right now, but mostly you. And I'm so in love with everyone here, and thank you so much for coming and joining us in our first day of our marriage, and we're so grateful. So thank you from the bottom of my toes to my heart.
I'm doing it. Toes. The toes. Oh, I thought you were saying toast. I'm like, I'm getting there. All right. So I'm going to try my best to kind of make this short and sweet. And to some of you, that's hilarious. And to those who it is hilarious, be quiet. I'm doing this. So I am going to echo a little bit of what virtually every other person said and what Jeanette just said here. In leading up to this wedding and this marriage, we received a lot of advice. Some of it requested and some of it foisted upon us. From coworkers and friends and family, strangers on the street. Everybody who heard that we were getting married gave us advice. And it was it crossed the full broad spectrum of words to give us and languages that they were given in. And one of the reoccurring things that so many people said was to take a moment today, right now, to recognize the room, to look around and see this gathering. Nope, hold on a second. Thanks. I love the support. Thank you. Breathe. To take a moment and recognize that this gathering of people in the room, you and me and family and friends and loved ones and those people from far away and people close by, are never likely to be in this room together again. And this is a unique and remarkable experience. And if I can, if you would allow me, I would like to take just a second to please just slowly scan the room so I can just take you in. And then we can just raise a toast after that. I got one more thing to say after that. But I want to take a second to just kind of scan the room and soak in this amazing group of people who were never imagined to put together, okay? Just a second, please. Okay. people in this room and the person standing next to me have given me a home I never imagined I could have. And that's what I want to thank you all for and raise a toast to finding home.